Hey, what's up? Today I'm going to tell you about the Unihertz Tank Mini 1, or as they like to call it, the 8849 Tank Mini 1, which is what I guess is what they're calling their rugged line these days. I'll also be comparing it with the Unihertz Atom L and the Unihertz Jelly Star. If you're wondering why I have so many goddamn small cheap phones, it's because, well, I'm trying to find out what's best. And these are like 1/5 the cost of the normal phones, so it's not really a big deal. Probably sell these two pretty soon anyway. But to get to this phone, it has a 4.3 screen, pretty good. That makes it usable with one hand, either hand. So it's pretty comfortable in the hand. Now, some people say this phone's too big. It is thick. It is slightly heavier than a normal phone. However, I've heard and read so many reviews of people saying this is so heavy, it's so bulky, it's a deal breaker. I can tell those people don't exercise because this is just, it fits totally fine in the hand. It's completely fine. If this is heavy for you, you need to exercise a bit more. But I understand if you want to mention that it is heavier and thicker than a normal phone, but it's really not. It's negligible, honestly. So what you get though for this bigger size is a pretty good battery. It has a 5800 milliamp hour battery, and depending how addicted to your phone you are, that may last you, if you're really addicted, honestly, it might last you a bit under 2 days, I think. But if you use it as you should, as a tool, it could last you for 5 days, maybe. If you put on battery saver mode, it could last you a week, I'm pretty sure. I haven't tried it, but if you're not crazy, this should last you 4 days on a charge, honestly. So it's pretty good in that sense. Now, if you look at the back of the phone, you see this big yellow thing. What the hell is that? Well, this is the camping light. Now, luckily I'm looking at this through the camera, so it's not going to blind me, but this has 3 settings. It's meant to outshine the regular flashlight, pun intended. So if I do slightly here, pretty bright, as you can see, put half bright, it's pretty damn bright. If I put full brightness, okay, this is thank God I'm looking at this through the camera, because this will actually fuck up your eyes. So, you know. This is meant to, you can use this as the camera if you want to, but it's meant to be kind of used in an emergency or in the dead of night or something like that. What this also has, which I'm pretty sure is illegal, is I don't know what you would call it, a fake police siren. So you put this on, and it gives you alternating red and blue lights. You can put this in your car. You can put the sound on if you want. Let's do an air raid. Oh my god. That's way too loud, sorry. If you want to get arrested, you can use this. That's cool. What you can also do, by the way, is configure these to be the notification lights. So that could be kind of useful. I haven't tried that because I don't want notification lights that look like that, or any of them, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if it's constant until you pick up your phone, or if you just get the notification and it's just flash flash. I would assume it's the latter, because the other way would be absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, it's good. It's good. It has some good features. It's powerful. This is a rugged phone, as I mentioned before, so you can drop it wherever, which way. This can handle a lot. This can also protect against water. You see the headphone jack and the USB-C plug is protected here, and the rest of it you can probably throw off your house and you should be okay. This also has 2 buttons on the side that are programmable, so you can press, you can double press, you can hold for each of them. So potentially with these 2 buttons you have 6 extra actions, and they can be activating the flashlight, an app, anything like that. So that's pretty good. The other phones, and every other phone I've used that has a programmable button, is limited to just that one. This has two, which I've not seen before, which is pretty awesome. And these are kind of flush with the rest of the sides, so it's kind of hard to accidentally press these. Now, one thing I don't like about this phone is the fingerprint sensor is right on the power button, which is normal, but I don't really like that, because what if I just want to see the lock screen? I have to kind of press it so that my thumb does not actually touch it, right? So that's kind of annoying if you want to, like, you know, just, oh, I touched my phone, it's open. You know, that kind of sucks, but if you don't want to use your phone, don't touch it, right? So let's compare. Now, as I mentioned before, the Jelly Star I think is actually awesome. This weighs nothing, it's very small, it's very good. So why did I get a different phone if I love this one so much? Well, I still love this one. I really do. However, this screen, it's 3 inches. Now, if you're trying to write something, you can swipe and it can be mostly okay. But honestly, the typos got to be absolutely insane. And many apps will kind of break on this. But the point is, the screen got actually a little bit annoying. And the battery, while it's decent for what the size is, well, I'm not going to complain. The battery is fine for what this is, honestly. But the lack of being waterproof and the lack of being able to survive if I dropped it, it's kind of lame, right? So, as I mentioned before, the Atom L is probably maybe my favorite phone ever. However, these models, from what I found out, they have an issue with Wi-Fi and NFC, and this is one of them. So I can't really use it, right? This one's rugged. This one has a good battery, 4,300 milliamp hours. This one, by the way, is 2,000. So this battery is double this one. This one is 5,800, right? So this one is about 3 times the size of this one in terms of battery. Funnily enough, they're about the same thickness. But basically, this phone, the Tank Mini, is more powerful than the Atom L. It's a little bit smaller, actually, yet the screen is bigger. That is due to the bezels not being ridiculous on the Tank Mini. Let me go to a website here. So you can see the bezels. The screen here is 4.3, the screen here is 4. So this screen is actually a tiny bit bigger, but the phone's actually smaller. So they're the same exact weight as well. It's like a 3-gram difference, but that's nothing. It's the same weight. And this phone's actually just a little smaller. I mean, this might be a tiny bit thicker, but in every other way, it is smaller. And it weighs the same. So it's basically the Atom, but more compact and a bigger battery. So, I mean, it basically takes the form factor of the Atom, makes it better, gives it Android 13 like this has, and makes it a little in the whole form factor of it smaller. So it's basically, this phone is these two, the best of these two combined. Except the fingerprint reader is more annoying, but whatever. So honestly, this phone's pretty good. I really like it. This looks a little silly, but it's functional. You have a big ass light that you can light the night with, quite literally. And yeah, if you don't use it like crazy, the battery's pretty good. So out of the 3 phones, I would recommend this one, Tank Mini, to be honest, because they're all like the same basic price anyway. So you might as well get this one. Now, the only thing I'll say, actually, if you care about this, these phones actually do have a little notification light up here. This one doesn't. Like I said, it has an option for you to use these police lights as a notification light, but you know, you're not really gonna do that, right? So it depends what you want. No notification light, but in my eyes, that's a good thing. I don't want light all the time on my phone, so that's fine with me. Now, I said before, this phone is awesome. I'm sticking with it. Well, this one became better in every way. If something is literally better in every way for me, yeah, I'm just gonna switch, you know. Now, as I mentioned before, Unihertz is the one coming out with these phones that are nicely sized, nicely priced, powerful enough, right? As long as you know, remove some of the Chinese spyware with ADB, you're all good. But yeah, if there's a Tank Mini 2 that makes this a little thinner, I'll be all over that. But this is kind of where I'm at. I want a phone that's like, you know, 4 inches or so, or less if possible, and it can do everything that every other phone could do. That's what I want, and I'll stick with that. The only thing that'll make me kind of move over from that form factor is if there's a phone with a color e-ink display that is about this size, I'll give it some leeway. If it's like 5 inches and it's color e-ink, I will jump on that right away. Because color e-ink, if you guys have not used it, is really awesome. It's basically, you know, it doesn't mess with the functionality of the phone itself. It just makes it so it refreshes a bit slower. It's a little more boring to look at, so it'd be even better to, you know, stop you from checking your fucking phone so much. Not that that's a huge issue right now. I mean, just woke up a few hours ago. It's almost noon now. You know, I have not really used the phone today, so it's not a big issue. But color e-ink will be what makes me shift away from Unihertz, is basically what I'm saying, because their phones are exactly what I'm looking for. So yeah, I recommend it. This one is badass.